If you haven't done formal interview preparation, I can almost guarantee that you're going to fall into one of two categories. You are either going to under answer your questions and not provide enough information and enough examples of your experience and achievements to win over the employer, or you're going to ramble and talk for too long about things that don't really resonate with the employer, and you'll find that your answers aren't really landing, they're not sharp, they're not succinct, they're not really showcasing you in the best possible way. So when I do interview preparation sessions, people just go into one of those two categories immediately. Doesn't matter if they've even done a little bit of prep before. I often find that either under answering or over answering. It's one of the two. The problem with under answering is, particularly when you're going for more senior roles and you are applying for opportunities where you really have to showcase your leadership. If you under answer and they're interviewing obviously other candidates for the role, you automatically knock yourself out of the race because you're just not giving the future employer enough content, enough opportunity to assess your candidacy. You're not giving them enough information to really look at you in a competitive way. And if your other interviewees who are interviewing for the role are, giving more content, more examples, they're automatically going to come across as more professional, and they're more likely to be taken through to round 2 and round 3 of the interview process. There is a bit of a science, though, to answering questions, and it's really important to get the answers into a sweet spot of time. And, we've found over the years that sweet spot sits somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes. There might be a couple of examples where you might talk for a little bit longer or a little bit less, but for the most part, I want you to land somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes. And there's a bit of science around this. Pop songs are often about 2 to 3 minutes in length. It's, the sweet spot of how long you can listen to a song before you start to get a little bit bored with listening to it. So, there's a rhythm that you can achieve in a 2 to 3 minute answer. Also, it gives you enough time to give the information you need to give and to structure your answer in such a way that you're really making it compelling for the person who's listening to that information on the other side. So it's very important that you do the preparation. It's very important that you practice your answers and you're getting into this zone of talking for just the right amount of time. Not too long, not too short, not too succinct, so that there's just not enough content, not enough information so someone can assess your candidacy. And a lot of interviewers these days will not be kind and generous and try and draw more information out of you. If you give a short answer, they'll just leave it at that, and you might have actually just blown the interview by just not giving them enough information in terms of what they're looking for. And especially when we start to talk to more senior candidates, we expect a level of communication, if you like, a style, an ability to talk for a couple of minutes on key topics. So really important to get that sweet spot right and to practice your answers so that it's coming across in a really compelling way.